right, y'all, stick around. Here's another video. Getting ready for season, preparing. So I leave out in, I think, 5 days or something like that. So stick around. Guys, so we are in the shop today. I got word that from a couple of the ranchers that they have a really good skunk population. If you know anything that's going on in the fur market world, skunk is a hot item. I'll be taking the tails, and I'll be taking the essence. I need a bunch of essence, so so that's what I'll be harvesting. I got enough of the rest of the skunk. I just don't want to deal with it. Helping the ranchers out is going to be a good thing. So it's cold this morning, a little chilly. It's starting to warm up now. It was like 24, I think, something like that. So let's go ahead and get in the shop and get rolling here. I'll show you what I got going on. Right on. So it'll warm up in here quick. Oh, yeah, I got a guy that's going to be spray foaming this for me, and when I get back for trapping, I'll do a video on that. But getting stuff all organized. I'm going to bring 30 skunk traps. I got these boxes real cheap over there in Minnesota at a convention. I think I paid $1 a piece for them or something like that. Some ice in there. But I need to notch these out. So the 120s fit in them. I use 120s on my skunks. I got a bunch of bridgers, and they close nice and tight. Anchor them down good. We'll be putting notches in the side, a couple breather holes in the back, maybe one big one. Might use this right here to go ahead and put a nice big hole in the backside there. The only thing with that is the mice would come in and out and clean it out, but I use like Fruit Loops and stuff like that for bait. So let's just get started. All right, enough chatter, let's work. Okay, so here's the setup. 120 right here. Put the chain right there. Run this right here through that, right through the chain. You got to stake these things down because raccoons will go ahead and they will stick their hand in there or their arm in there to get your bait, and then you got one caught by the arm, then they run off with your stuff. So, all right, so I always come up with ideas, like a couple days before I'm about to leave. So now I got to fire up my welder. I got some Hag beaver rods, so I don't need these anymore. These beaver rods. So I'm going to go ahead and lop these suckers up into stakes for my skunk boxes. So, and then weld a washer on the top. So that's the plan, Stan. So here we go. Let's go to work. I gathered a bunch of 120s. I think I got 3 dozen in that pile. So I might as well see what I got for boxes. I know I got 30 boxes, 31 or 32. This Martin box here, that would make a really good skunk box. I might even, see, now I'm making more work for myself. So let's go down to the sawmill. Let's see what we got down there. I could make a few, I got a few days to get this stuff done, right? I got some thinner wood down here that I'm not going to use. So I don't want to use that stuff. What do we got here? I could use, no, not really. And I really don't feel like running the mill. So we'll just do with what we got. Let me look over here at my Martin boxes. I'd like to go with 3 dozen skunk traps out. That would be good. Skunk tails are high right now. I sold some tanned ones to Barnes for $60 a piece over in Wisconsin. I could take the bases off of that. Take the base off of that and use them. It'd be nice to head out there with 3 dozen skunk traps and get a pile of them, huh? All right. Now I got a lot to do. Plus, I got to go ahead and change the oil on that. And then I'm going to go over the whole motor and tighten all these bolts down. It's a fresh motor, so get everything snugged up. And then I got a lifter that is ticking, so I'd like to go ahead and pull that valve cover off and get that lifter done. So either way, I better put this phone down and get some shit done. All right, let's go. Let's get them all up here, huh? I'll get a bunch of them up here anyways. Let's try to make this quick. Go into production mode. Oh yeah, my whole life has been repetition, you know. I worked as a mason. You lay one brick, you laid 1,000 for the day. I worked on a mink ranch, and you fed one mink, you fed 10,000 that day. So the whole life has been this repetition on everything I'm doing. So yeah, that's probably why my joints and all that hurt. Go down to the Dollar General store and buy some Fruit Loops and maybe some mini marshmallows and strawberry syrup, and that's about it. Maybe a little fish oil. So if I'm trapping around barns with cats, well, I forgot to mention, maybe a little cat food too, dry cat food. If I'm trapping around barns with cats, I won't use that cat food. So next order of business, I need to go ahead and cut a bunch of these. I'll probably bring all my rods in here and just cut them into steaks. But so that's gonna go through there, through that little square hole right there, and then underneath there is where that chain's gonna go in between the ground and that. So that'll stake that trap down nicely, and I won't lose any cocoon. But or even, you know, like I catch a skunk and I don't have it tied down, the eagle will come by and, you know, or buzzard or raven and take my trap and everything away. So you got to stake your stuff down tight. All right, let's get to it. Fire up the generator and fire up the old Harbor Freight welder, and yeah, nothing to it but do it. I got to looking at something here on the traps. So I'm not liking this. Take these off here. So I'm not liking these rings like that, you know. One, it could possibly go over the top. Two, it's not much of a swivel. So I'm going to go on all of my, I got some old swivels here. It don't take much. On all my traps, I'm going to go ahead and put a swivel on the end of that. And then let's go ahead and do it. Rebar would go run through that, and then of course then they got a swivel. So when them coon, or if the coon get caught, then I don't have to worry about any kind of problems that way. They can swivel this way, and they can swivel that way. So I think that's going to be the best bet. But a little bit extra work, but going the distance. So right on. So what I'm hoping for is a good skunk catch. And that can really run my fuel, pay my fuel bill for running my coyote line. But, well, I got a bunch to go through. So all these here, I'm going to go through and I'll preset them all. Take off the quick link, add a swivel. So, yeah, a lot of work, Got a mess here. But anyways, we'll get guys. There it is. I got swivels on the ends of all of these right here. Got 36 traps ready to go. Yeah, every little culvert, every cattle guard, abandoned house, rock pile. What else? Gosh, you know, haystacks, old barns, they all are going to get a skunk trap on my trap line. So anyways, catch a few and then move, catch a few and then move the trap. But with this, be a lot of flipping traps. But anyways, Funky Trap Supplies. There you guys go. If you guys need any trapping supplies, go ahead and get a hold of Funky Trap Supplies. All right, Duke Traps. You need Duke Traps? Go ahead and get them through Funky Trap Supplies. All right, you guys, thanks for hanging around with me today. And, yeah, just a few more days, and I'm on the road. We're going to count it down. Every day I'm going to do a little bit of video now, I guess, getting ready. So, let's go get them. Later.